The overall loot pool within Escape from Tarkov got buffed 3 days ago, and in with that we had the increase to rubles in safes, which means now you get stacks between 5,500 to 13,500, and it has made streets even better. And I've also thrown in a little factory run that you can also do at the same time. Let's jump into the video. Make sure to like it if you do, and I will see you there. Now, because of this increase in loot, what has happened is that marked rooms, any of the boxes that you're finding in raid, basically everything within the game has been buffed. All containers and stuff like that, you're finding far more loot within them, including safes. So not only are you getting more rubles in your safes, but also the amount that you're getting in terms of the total loot within that safe itself, so they're kind of stacked out to the max, which means let's hit up the Tarbank cash register department key, costing about 100,000 rubles, and so far in just one raid we made 300,000 rubles just simply from having that key and opening it up on streets. But combine this with the fact that not only streets has safes, and in particular the Tarbank cash register, so both the registers and the safes have also been buffed, so they both work in conjunction with one another with more rubles in them. But these safes in particular do spawn basically completely full, alongside the cash registers also having a ton of rubles, euros, and just dollars in general. So if you want to make a ton of rubles, that's also a decent thing to add in as an extra to all of your loot runs within streets. Combine that with the fact that the overall loot pool has been buffed, and you saw recently, if you watch the channel, that the Check 13 and Abandoned Factory marked rooms have been blessed recently. And in fact, we opened up both of these in the run that we did actually do in the Tarbank area, and we managed to get a red keycard out of the Abandoned Factory. That is the second one out of the keys that we've used so far in Abandoned Factory. Alongside it, 2 greens within the 8 uses that we've done. So we've got 4 key cards within 8 uses. Of course, you can get double spawns. We actually got, I believe, a violet key card and a green key card, which was like 15 million in the Abandoned Factory. We had Check 13 having 2 key cards in there as well. Both of the keys absolutely insane value and really worth picking up and using if you do have those. Dorms marked room, still very difficult to make your money back consistently without doing the old F4 bug, but it is a useful thing to know that the loot pool in marked rooms has also been affected by the recent changes. Now you can also hit up Check 15, which is a decent key to open, has a ton of rare spawns in there. You can pull out bitcoins as well as all of the figurines within the room as well. So just generally a good room to add into your runs, and it's very close to Check 13, so a really good combination. And then of course running the relaxation room key, which you can pick up relatively cheap as well for, you know, if you want to jump into the raid, find them yourself. If not, you can just pick them up on the market for about 90,000 rubles each. So far, out of all of the runs I'm doing, I'm averaging about 1 moonshine minimum every single raid that I do run the relaxation room. Combine that with the Abandoned Factory, which is directly next door essentially to the relax room. It's very easy to pick up a lot of rubles and get some gear that maybe you want to pick out of the marked rooms as well. I was getting a lot of containers within the marked room too, so things like docs cases, ammo boxes, that sort of stuff added in there, as well as additional loot, red rebels, that sort of thing too. So jumping into the relax room, there's just rare spawns everywhere. You make about 800 to a million rubles every single time that you do open the room. But of course, if you get 3 moonshines, which I have quite consistently, 2 moonshines very consistently as well, and then of course at least 1 moonshine is almost every single time that you open the room. So realistically, it's probably like an average of 2 moonshines, and if not, you're getting bitcoins, you're getting whiskies, that sort of stuff that you can actually get within the room itself. So a very, very good spawn indeed. And then of course, now is the second part of the video. If you are wanting to not have to spend the money, maybe you don't want to run streets or anything, but you want to take advantage of all the recent changes, and maybe you even want to get your scav rep up at the same time, you can jump into Escape from Tarkov's Scav mode and jump into Factory. Now, Factory has 2 safes, one on the ground floor of the building, in the offices building, and then one in the office main area, which is on the 3rd floor. Now, both of these safes do have the possibility of having rubles within them and also bitcoins, etc. You've also got the possibility to farm PMCs for both the gear and the loot that they have on them, and if you call over scavs to help you out and they get taken out, you can search up them. I managed to find myself a check 13 key on a scav, which was like one of the luckiest things, I guess. It's not that rare, especially with the buffs to the scav gear, what they typically take into the raids now, but it is rare. It's not like you're going to be finding them consistently. Of course, you can get any of the marked room keys, any key as well on scavs, but of course, trying to guarantee that, I'm not going to add it to as like a viable strategy to get marked rooms. That's what the bunker on woods is all about, so maybe we'll do another video discussing how to complete certain tasks and do the marked room in that area as well. It's completely free too. But Factory, very, very good for both farming up gear and the rubles, picking out about 100k's worth of rubles out of the 2 safes that you can open. And then, of course, grabbing out all of the gear from the PMCs, you're coming out with like 700k rubles, and it takes like 2 minutes to do the entire run. If you don't find any PMCs, just go and hunt them down. There's always PMCs on Factory when you go in and scav, so just hunt them down. They're everywhere. Usually they're in the office building. Sometimes they're kind of bugged and they just walk directly past you, but yeah, either way, it's very, very easy to find those PMCs. Just hear out for any of the fights that may be going on and then just run towards them. You can call over your scavs using the double tapping Y and calling over for help, unless you've set it to like a hotbar thing, which you can do. Then yeah, you can essentially just have your scav friends come over, help you out with the PMCs, and they will fight and engage each other, and then you can go in and just take out the PMCs and then just pick up all of the loot, the weapons, and just simply selling those is going to net you like 300,000 rubles alongside the gear that you're taking out of the raids. Sometimes you get really good gear as well. Take out all of the weapons, drop your scav weapon if it's terrible, and of course you spawn in with specific items as well, so things like labs key cards, you're spawning in with keys, you're spawning in with wallets that have rubles in them, like 100k maybe, etc. So it is just amazing to jump into Factory right now. Plus you'll get used to the new PMC AI, which I'm doing a video about. I want to just compile quite a few clips for you guys so we get a comprehensive guide as to how to take out PMCs effectively on the PVE mode itself. But yeah, we'll be working on that in the next coming days. But if you have any questions, if you have any queries, if you have any video, and I mean any video that you'd like me to do, if you're struggling with anything and you think other people might be too, then let me know in the description or the comment section and I will jump on that for you. And of course, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.